What's happening, fellow nerd and nerdettes? Today on Comic Talk Quick Talk, we're talking about Supergirl and the CW. So let's get on it. So guys, I know there's a lot of comic news happening right now. I mean, Snyder's out of the DC Cinematic Universe, and the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Johns, has taken full reins. And then we've got the Flash season finale coming up, and we just had the finale of Legends of Tomorrow, which I'll be talking about tomorrow. Guys, side note, I won't be doing a prediction show for the Flash finale, but I will be doing a post-show review, so keep a lookout for that. And now, on to the biggest news yet, in my opinion. Supergirl has officially moved from CBS to the CW. If you've been living inside a giant hollowed out oak tree, then you've seriously been missing out on some DC TV action. What with Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and then of course, Supergirl. With a budget of $14 million for its first episode, Supergirl aired October 26th, 2015 on CBS with a somewhat small audience. I think most people were nervous about the show not being on the CW in the first place, since it seems like the CW knows how to push their characters a little better. I will say CBS and the CW are owned by the same company, so there's not much separation there, but just enough to make it difficult to cross these two over. I mean, it took Barry Allen crossing through the multiverse to get to a crossover, and it wasn't even mentioned on The Flash, really at all. I mean, there was like a small little, how long was I gone? And then nothing else, which is honestly very strange since all of these shows fall under the hat of Greg Berlanti. But it does make a little bit of sense since these shows filmed in two completely different locations, with the CWverse being filmed in Canada and Supergirl being filmed in California. Yes, Supergirl is moving from Cali to Vancouver. Also, the budget for the show will be dumbed down a little bit from the now $3 million per episode budget, making us wonder just how much they will end up using Martian Manhunter. So, what does all this mean? Needless to say, having all of these shows under the same roof not only makes it easier to cross them over, but also allows the use of a few more characters that DC, quite frankly, has had a stranglehold over, or they just weren't practical to use because of shooting location issues. We still won't ever see Deathstroke and Deadshot again, but we are going to be introduced to a slew of other characters, most of which I feel will appear in a possible Justice Society or Justice League TV show. I mean, we kind of got a little bit of a taste of that with the season finale of Legends, which I think is actually going to be sick. I must say, they restored my faith in that show with the finale. They got me. So with all of this in play now, it's been announced that an absolutely massive crossover event tying Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl is going down, peeps. That's right, man, oh man, is this gonna be delicious. It will truly be interesting to see how all of this is gonna play out, and I personally think that Cisco's vision of a crumbling Earth 2 in Flash may have a little to do with the crumbling multiverse that allows all of these characters to exist in the same universe. Basically saying, I think that everyone knew this channel transfer was going to happen with Supergirl, so they swayed the story of each show to fit in with the change, similar to the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline, which is one of my favorites. Honestly, guys, CBS's Supergirl was way too much like an episode of CSI or any other CBS show set in the crime world. Truthfully, this was the intended approach to the show in the first place. They really wanted it to fit in with the rest of its programming, but they still wanted to tap into that ever popular and growing comic market. And I think that's ultimately where they failed. Well, that plus pretty much the entire community of comic TV fans stick with the CWverse simply because there's a much bigger universe at play there. I'm pretty confident that this switch will not only expand the characters that we see on these other shows, but ultimately give us a much better DC TV universe experience. Alright guys, I know it's been a bit of a longer quick talk than you're used to, but I have some pretty strong feelings about this whole DC issue. I'm incredibly excited by what is happening on the CW though. It gives me a massive amount of hope for the future of the DC CWverse. There is still the small issue about Gotham. Alright Nerdites, coming up we have the Flash finale review, a talk about the fantastic Legends ending, and I've got a special episode where we're going to talk about Batman's murderous rampage in Batman vs Superman. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you don't mind giving the video a like, I'd be forever grateful. Don't forget to keep sending in your collections. Till next time, Nerdites, stay away from the glowing green rocks.